unit. So I'm going to let people at least to try to be awake for these things here today. Can I get a brave soul to start, and then from then Spider-Man will begin after that. Can someone recite the pain formula from memory? Bailey, go. Yeah. Okay, so now write pain on the board because math is painful. One thing I should just say, what's going to happen this week is we're going to have lessons tomorrow and Thursday. On Friday will be a work period, and I hate to do this, but I have one extra day in there. All right, so take a look at the paper, please. Close it. I'm just first one, Well, keep close the lid so you're not distracted by it. So Friday will be a work period for your choice assignment. So I'll give you guys your choice assignment Thursday, and then Friday will be a work period. The test will be Tuesday this week, and don't worry about what's going to happen after that. So what we do today is going to be a test. Okay? All right, so here we go. Where are we at? Jennifer, can you please be brave and give me a P and A and I or an N, please?
P is 257.
Good. That's your starting value. Adam, can you give me something else, please?
A is 800.
Good, that's the ending value. Very good. Riley, give me something else, please. And divided by 12, hopefully. Right, because it's going to compound monthly. All right, Julie, you get the power of your calculator. It comes with 0.082 divided by 12 is 2. So I don't need to borrow a calculator today because this will be calculator heavy. Oh my goodness. Grace. Yeah.
Will you just get the answer in months and then?
You will be doing it in months, yes. You will be doing it in months, but the I has got to be what I call the I have. We're not going to it yet. Julie, did you get what I said? 0.00683333. I hope.
5 3.
There's actually infinite threes, okay, but we'll leave it like that. Okay. Now, please, yes, but please be as accurate as you can, so leave that number in there as much as you can. All right, is everyone okay with where those three things came from? Okay, because without that, you're going to have great difficulty in this unit. All right, Emily, I'm going to pick on you in a sec here as soon as I get my board set up properly. Okay. All right, Emily, can you sub some numbers in, please?
A is 800.
Yeah.
200.
Yeah.
1
Great. Okay. So what we did was you just subbed in all the numbers there for that. All right, Tristan, I want to solve for n. What's the first step going to be, please? Very good. I can't do that in my head. If you can give me that divided, please, I'll be very happy. How much? 3.2. Exactly? Yep. That's amazing. Probably not, but that's all right. 3.2 is 1.006833. Great. All right, Matt, what are we doing now, please? So log 3.2 equals log of 1.006833 times n. So this should hopefully be coming back to most people, I hope, from last week. Hopefully it is. All right, Grace, how do you solve for n? What do we do? So a little slower on this one sec. How much, right? So we confirm that?
I got 170.
170.79?
Yeah, I got 170.79.
170.79. Okay, so if you notice here, I'm just going to, I'll leave that number, 170.79. Okay, so what happened to Grace here, okay? Just by not keeping all the threes, she added, unfortunately, an extra month to Summer's time in her house. Okay, right? So, like, you might think, well, big deal, it's a month, but for Summer who wants to move out of her house and she has $800,000, that's a big deal. What unit is that? This is months, okay? So, therefore, after 170 that's like what, 14 years ago? Her house would be a little bit like that. Which is pretty cool. Oh, I always have to start with that. Okay. Okay, pause the video so no one sees who's in my class, but I did actually send the attendance. So after 170.79 months, her house is correct. Oh, there'll be some stuff like that in there as well. Okay, now, if you take a look, and we talked about this on Thursday about being rich and house values and all that stuff, ask your parents how much they bought their house for. And then look in the real estate ads what the average house is. I think the average house in Owen's Down is like $270,000, something like that. So ask your parents what they bought their house for. If they've been living in their house for a long time. I told the story of my mother who bought her house for $35,000. Okay, and now it's worth whatever, 300 grand, okay, right, over whatever, 30 years or 35 years, okay, so this does actually happen to people. My brother says that when you go to BC, the average house will be like 800,000 or 900,000. The whole idea is you never actually pay off your mortgage. What you do is you just wait for the price of your house to double or whatever, then sell your house, and then that's when you pay off your mortgage, which is scary, okay, right? Because what if the prices drop? That's the scary part, okay, right? But that's what people do out there. All right, are we okay on the logarithm stuff? Because we're getting back into that today again. Was there any questions? Was anyone unable to get 170.79? Okay, because we're getting back into that stuff here again momentarily. All right, now, Crystal wasn't here today. Were you here? You weren't here either. Were you here on Thursday? Elena, were you here on Thursday? Okay, great. Perfect then. Elena's going to start us off here. Actually, you were here last year when we did this, though. Do you remember this from last year? Yeah, not really. Okay. So we're going to start off here for this. It says, if f of x equals 4 to the x, graph y equals 3, f of 0.5, x minus 1 minus 3, and state the later range. This is an exponential graph. Keep saying in the class, this will be on your next test and your final exam and your midterm and all that stuff, because I love graphs. So this, I guarantee, will be on it. I just want to do that for you. Okay, so let's start off with the given points here. Alana, can you be brave and tell me what the given points are to start with? Go ahead.
0 and 1.
Good.
And 1 and 4.
And
Y cannot equal 0.
okay, let's talk about those 3 points where they came from. Jennifer. Slide your phone in. Turn your phone, please. Get rid of your phone. Okay, so where the starting points come from, okay, you're thinking x and y. 4 to the power 0 is equal to 1, okay? 4 to the power 1 is equal to 4. So let's say that was 5 to 1, that'd be 1 comma 5. Let's say that was 2 to the x, that'd be 1 comma 2. Well, depending on whatever the base is, that's how it goes. Can someone recall, I'm going to start from everybody here, what is that y not equal 0? What is that called? It's called an asymptote, okay? And the reason that is, when you're dealing with 4 to the x, so we do the giant table of values for this, you can never ever get a negative number, okay? So that's what we're saying it can't be 0. So now what we're going to do, for those who weren't here, we're just going to do the same transformations we did earlier in the year, okay? So I'm going to start here with Marissa. I'm going to start off with 3f of x. Back from the beginning of the year, do you recall what 3f of x meant? Close, but opposite, okay? We're going to multiply the y values, that's right. Okay, so it's going to be it's going to be the same as what we did earlier in the year. So this is going to be then 0 comma 3, 1 comma 12, and y cannot equal 0. All right, then we're going to go to 3f of 0.5x. All right, Olivia, do you recall what 0.5x was, by any chance?
You had to divide the x values.
Very good. So you're going to divide the x values by 0.5. Which is like multiplying by 2, so that's going to be 0 comma 3, 2 comma 2, so 2 comma 12. Y cannot equal 0. Great. All right, Liam, if I go to 3f of 0.5 x minus 1, what does that mean, please?
You need to subtract 1, or add 1.
Remember, inside the brackets is the opposite, okay? So it's going to go that 1 comma 3, 3 comma 12, and y cannot equal 0. All right, Brad, last step is what, please?
What would you have in the equation?
Let's see what. Okay, and this is the only one, so I'm going through this quickly here, but sorry. 3 comma 9 and y cannot equal -3. The asymptote is only going to be affected by the last number, right? Because instead of being 0 here, you're just going to drop to -3, right? That's what it's going to go. Okay, any questions except for the people that weren't here, right? Once you get the starting points, then it's just the same operations
How
going
did you
across.
get the starting point?
So where the starting points come from, it's just think like you're doing a table of values here, right? If you're plugging this into 4 to the power x, like there's your x, there's your y. So 4 to the 0 equals 1. Okay, 4 to the 1 equals 4.
So you only need 2.
Yeah, because the shape's going to be the same for all these. And I'll show you the shape here in a sec. And as long as you go on here, 0. Okay, anyone else other than that? Yeah, Jess, that?
Why put y cannot equal 0 for all of them except the last one? Why can't
Well,
you just start with y cannot equal 3?
You can do that if you want to. As long as you know that at the end that it's going to be this, like that's what your aspect's going to be, whatever that number at the end is. Just to be consistent, I wrote it in there, okay, right? But yeah, it's the only thing that's going to, because if you're thinking of a line like this, where I multiply or divide, if nothing's going to happen, right? The only thing that's going to do is a vertical translation. Okay, anybody else here before I keep going? Good question.
Do you still need that f to consider it a function?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Okay, anybody else? We're good? Okay, let's graph this up here right now. I'm not going to tell the joke. No, I'm not going to tell the joke. I'm not going to tell the joke again about the hockey player. Did I tell my jokes yet?
No.
Okay, I'm going to finish this example, then I'll tell a joke. And again, I sort of snapped on the class. Sorry if you missed that on Thursday and Friday. So I looked at people's poor graphs. If you're somebody who just randomly scribbles in your notebook or on your assignments, I marked your assignments. There were some people that just scribbled a graph on there. Please use graph paper. I will be taking off marks for that in the future on your assignments because that's not formally done. Especially when we get to like our sinusoidal graphs, you really need to be accurate for things. Okay. So to our chart here, the way it should go. So there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's x. There's -1.
Yeah. That's some section in there. Yeah. Not through this one. Everything with those.
Okay, so Liam, plot me 2 points, which is going to be 1, 0 and 3, 9. Okay, I'm going to slow down here and let everybody caught up, and Liam's going to help me here. Okay, so those are just the 2 given points that I just did on the thing on the right. Liam, do you recall how I draw the asymptote y cannot equal -3? How do you draw that?
The dotted line. -3 on the y.
Very good. So it's got a little dotted line right here. And just on the end, I'm just going to write y cannot equal -3. All right, Brad. Wait, didn't I already do you guys? Which way am I going? Did I already do you guys?
You're on this one.
I
You
went
just
to
sort of
the
went back and
before.
forth.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yes.
You went this way.
Cole, I didn't get to you though, did I? No, I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you stopped, then you went to Brad, then you went back to me.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm confused. This is why I'm starting right now. Okay, let's pick Summer then. Summer, how does this? How do we get to this graph here then? How do we draw this one? Yeah. So if you take a look, I'm just going to connect the dots here, sort of like a curvy, and then the line's going to trend like it's going to keep on going straight like this. It's not though, okay, because it can't go through the asymptote, so it's just going to slide on like this. And that's going to be whatever this path is called. 3f 0.5. All right, now remember this has to be a function. So when you're graphing this one, put it in the same trending motion of the asymptote. Do not put like a C on the graph because that wouldn't be a function. This is not a parabola, so don't make it look like a parabola. All right, again, I use the example of the kid on the skates, okay? Like the little kid like this. It's not going to make much motion. Austin, can you be brave and give me the domain and the range, please?
Domain is ICD 20,
Right.
and the range is Y 0, 0, 0.
Well, other than, like, I mean, bigger than negative three.
Yeah, anything bigger than
Anything above, yeah.
Like, really, if I were to get like x equals 20, you know, your y value would be enormous, right?
Yeah, but like, would, like, how, could you get like 1.366, something like that?
Yes.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Would the exponent be?
Yeah. If I were to do 1.366 would be here, right?
Yeah.
So there'd be 1.4.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay, does that sort of help? So for people that weren't here because the note was awful, there's no graphs even on your graph note. Okay, does that, hopefully that helps clarify things. I'm gonna pause the video, tell some jokes, and then we'll get going here. Kylie, you okay? You look like my daughter after playing. I have a daughter joke to tell right now, okay?